Yo, what's going on, guys? And we're hearing specifically that the Warriors are gauging the trade market of Andrew Wiggins and Mr. Chris Paul. Now, this is coming from my coworker, Mr. Michael Scotto. What we're hearing that Scotto, in a conversation with Bobby Marks in a previous Hoops Type podcast, agreed that Andrew Wiggins is a trade candidate and that a team like Dallas has always liked him, and they're currently trying to upgrade the position at the three, a deal of like Maxi Kleba and Grant Williams, maybe Jaden Hardy in a pick could get that deal done. But Houston, Michael Scotto floats out, is a team that has starting caliber upgrades available. Jock Landale, Jay Sean Tate, Jeff Green, and Victor Oladipo as a salary filler to get Wiggins, especially with the picks that they have available. And there isn't any specific team, but basically every team would have interest in Andrew Wiggins at this time, essentially, as they view him as somebody they could buy low. He, during the 2022 playoff run, was a 3-and-D wing, one of the best defenders in the league, shutting down Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, hitting 40% of his threes, one of the better wing defenders. And that got him a 4-year extension with a $24 million average. And he's having the worst year of his career so far. And one of the bigger problems, I mean, obviously his ball handling has always been something to have a question about, but with the second apron really coming into effect, you look around the league, is what happened to him this year? Why is he struggling? And does it have to do with stuff going back behind the scenes? And if you look back at last year in the playoffs, he broke his ribs and he was wearing a flak jacket through game 6. And when they were eliminated, he told Scotto that they were, and Eric Slater, that he was going through a 2-month recovery. He wasn't healthy until the start of training camp. He couldn't play basketball with broken ribs. So that took him out of his rhythm. His handle became really loose. His shooting numbers are the worst that they've ever been. And it kind of snowballed into this terrible year for him. So besides Dallas, there's been rumors that Charlotte, with Gordon Hayward's contract, and even maybe Cleveland, who's always been desperate to have a 3, and Indiana have been the teams that have been rumored. Indiana could package Buddy Hield with Obi Toppin to get the deal done. Cleveland has Karis LeVert, Max Strus, and a few other contracts. They could go ahead and get that deal done, as well as Jared Allen. I don't think Garland or would even be considered. Charlotte, I'd like to say again, a Gordon Hayward package. I doubt it'd be something around Kyle Lowry and picks. So that one's interesting. But now shifting over to Chris Paul, he's a guy, 39 years old, and he's expected to return around the All-Star break or after. And there's part of the reason they traded for him was the optionality. Part of the appeal was his contract was unguaranteed, and the fact that they were able to get off Jordan Poole. So how are they going to duck the second apron with all the money they still owe moving forward? And there's an idea that, I think they have not been good enough to believe that there's some fix out there to make him a title contender. As you mentioned, Paul's played pretty well for them. He has value. His contract has value, not only as an expiring deal, but a deal that could this summer be used as a $30 million non-guaranteed trade chip. So you could release that and sign him back on a lower number, or you could also use that as a trade chip this offseason. So I think there's a lot of things at work that the Warriors could do.